Hello, everybody. Welcome back to New York Talk. This is the Scout Report, and it's time to look ahead to the first South Yorkshire Derby of the season with a trip to Oakwell Friday night. We have Tracy joining us from Red All Over. How are you doing, Tracy?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. Good to have you with us. Let's just talk through Barnsley's season so far, just outside the playoffs at the minute. I've been in the playoffs last year. Is it an okay start, a good start, a bad start? Where's it sitting so far?
Indifferent start, really. Started okay, then went through a couple of ropey matches and a month of disappointment, and up until the last international break, that gave us, certainly Darryl Clark, chance to regroup, because I think if he'd have come back from the last international break and we'd have continued our form, I'm not sure he'd be in a job right now. That's how the fans were thinking. But since then, since the international break, we've done really well. So beat Blackpool away. Charlton drew 2-2 at home. Our home form is indifferent. Away form's fantastic. So you look at it, playing us at Oakwell. So yeah, we're sort of indifferent, but we're sitting in an okay league position. I think if you'd asked most fans at the beginning of the season, we'd have probably be happy with another top six finish, looking at the league and etc. So yeah, we're there or thereabouts.
If you just go back to summer, and I just remembered this. Am I right in saying you sacked the manager in the playoffs last year? Is that right?
We sacked him with a game to go. So we got one game to go where we basically, mathematically, we were more or less in the playoffs. Yeah. But if we'd have lost the game and others had gone against us, we could have actually dropped out. So yeah, we sacked him with the one league game to go. Yeah. I didn't have anyone. There was huge speculation that it was, because someone's ready to come in, it's all set. We didn't have anyone, and Martin Devaney was our assistant manager then, and still is, just did it, and actually nearly managed to get to Wembley, but yeah, it was interesting. Yeah,
I just remember that. I think I remember that. And then talk me through the summer, because obviously Darryl Clark came in through the summer. Darryl Clark seems like one of those managers that can really look like he could do a job at a higher level, and this is kind of his step up, really, to see what he can do at the top end of this, and hopefully for his sake, have a successful year. Yeah,
we're pretty good at, we can springboard managers, a bit like yourselves. Really good at helping managers' careers. Apart from Neil Collins' last year, so I think we might have ruined. But yeah, he came in sort of early as well, because we've got a real issue with bringing in managers with like a week to go before pre-season starts, and he came in pretty early. And generally speaking, the field was pretty optimistic about him. I mean, he's done well in League One, but he's done it with teams that have probably not had expectations of getting out of League One, more about staying in League One. So yeah, by his own admission, he said it was the next step up in his career. And I think, generally speaking, everything he said pre-season, how he spoke, how he wants his team to play, how he wants a committed, motivated team, which was everything that we didn't really see him last season. Yeah, he won the fans over pretty quickly in terms of his before the season started, definitely. I was pretty happy that we got him. I thought it was a good move. And we've had after Michael Duff, we got Neil Collins from America, Tampa Bay Rowdies. No one had a clue about him, and so yeah, I think it was good to get somebody who's actually got some sort of credentials in League One.
And what was the pre-season expectations? Obviously, you finished in the playoffs last year, and last year nearly got to Wembley. Was it same repeat job kind of thing, or maybe higher? What was their pre-season expectations?
I think looking at who came down, who came up, tough league. I think this is probably one of the toughest League Ones there's been for a while. So his remit, from what he was told, I guess, from what we were seeing in press conference, was that it was to get us promoted. But again, like I say, I think realistically, if he gets us in the top six, then I think that's a decent sort of. And once you're in the playoffs, we all know it. Who knows then? So yeah, I think if we can keep, and we, like I said, we've stayed up and around there most of the season. We had a bit of a wobble, but the league's so close, isn't it? It's so like 2 wins and you're back in there, and 2 losses and suddenly you find yourself looking at the bottom. So yeah, I think realistically, getting in the playoffs would be a good season for us. But we'll see. It's tough. I thought you guys would be. Higher, because we have to do our predictions at the beginning of the season, and I've put you down finishing 5th. So you need to book your ideas up, really.
We do, and quickly, hopefully.
Well, not too quickly, but yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned the home form being iffy. We're the complete opposite. We've won one away game in 2 years. So this is going to be, I don't know what the opposite of it, the unmovable object versus the topple force. This is the opposite of that, whatever that opposite of that is. Just talking about the home form, is there a difference when you watch the games? Is there a difference in the way you play home and away? Is it just teams are making it difficult for you at home? Is there anything obvious, or is it just so?
Yeah, again, until the last probably four games, we have no clue how we're going to play, because we play different formation, we play a different 11. Darryl Clark has changed formation 2 and 3 times during games. I can't tell you if we play up until the last few weeks. Since then, we've seemed to have got a settled formation, thankfully, and generally a settled squad. The last home game, we played Charlton. If I'm not including the Bristol Street Motors, because we just don't go there. But yeah, the last game we played Charlton, we were far, far better and should have won that game. And we've thrown so many points away at home where we have been the better side and then conceded late on. It's as if, I don't know if we lose concentration or I don't think it's a fitness thing. But we've thrown so many points away. We also had a massive keeper error, and we've spot keepers. So risky. But yeah, we'll see. But I think on our home form, we're about 15th. And on our away form, I think we're like 3rd. So yeah. It could be multi-score in this game, or it could be 0-0.
Exactly, yeah. Just give me your view on the derby. Obviously, it's certainly not on top of our list. I think you're probably the same as us, where nobody likes Sheffield Wednesday, and then it kind of goes into maybe Doncaster. We don't like Doncaster, and you like Sheffield United. This seems as friendly a derby as you can get in South Yorkshire, really, for us.
Yeah, interestingly, we did our show last night, and we were pretty much saying the same. We were like, everyone, if like last season, we all wanted Rotherham to stay up. Because again, like you said, when you play Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United or whatever, it's like we want Rotherham to win. I said I think we're very similar in the sort of clubs that we are. We've never professed to have loads of money. We've not got the biggest crowd in the world, but I think we're very similar in our expectations, realistic. So yeah, I mean, obviously we want to win, but it's not like if it was Sheffield Wednesday, for example, Sheffield United, like you say, even Huddersfield for us a bit. It's like, we must win that. It's like bragging rights or whatever. But yeah, I think it's certainly the friendliest South Yorkshire derby that it's weird, isn't it? But yeah, I think other than when we play you, we're quite happy for you guys to do well. So it's interesting. Although, Steve Evans that
adds something, doesn't it? It always does.
It does add a bit, because again, he's one of them where I thoroughly enjoy watching him, but when he's playing when he's leading the team against you, you just don't want to see him like marauding down the sidelines and going up to you and giving it big time. So yeah, he does add a little bit of spice. And there's a few players in there. There's Jamie McCart and Malik Wilkes, and you've got a couple of that neither of them have got any real gripes with Barnsley fans, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's going to be heated. I don't think it'll be a cauldron at all, that way.
Just give me a few players to watch out for this season. Who are the bright sparks that if you're going to have a good night, who are the Barnsley players that are going to have that good night for you?
Well, we signed Davis Keeler-Dunn just at the end of the transfer window, and he did extremely well last season for Mansfield. And he started really well, scored on his debut. Then he's had a bit of a barren patch, but the last few weeks he's really started to come into his own. So, and he's scoring regularly now. So I would say he's certainly one to watch. Then we've got Adam Phillips, who's been injured, came on a sub in the FA Cup game. And again, in terms of goals and assists, he's probably our most creative player and links things together. So whether he'll start or not, I'm not sure, but he's definitely one of our better players. And I would say finally, Luke Connell, who's our captain, he's holding midfielder. Can dictate play if you allow him to. So yeah, he's definitely one to watch. He pulls the strings really. So yeah, he's not afraid to stick a tackle in. So he's definitely one of the strong players in our side.
Interesting. And let's finish off. How do you think the game's going to go? And what is your score prediction as well, please, if you can?
Well, we're just saying, weren't we? Is it going to be a goal fest or is it going to be dour? Well, we're due a home win. He keeps saying, Darrell Clark, that he's got to do what we do away at home. So everyone's pinning the hopes on this one, I think. So I can't see it being open particularly. I think it'll be quite cagey. I'd like to say we'd score early to ease the nerves, but you never know. My big thing for me is, will we concede? Because we tend to concede most games, especially at home. So I'm going to go against all of that, and I'm going to say that we're going to have a 2-0 home win. Fair
enough. Sadly, I could see that happening.
But we are generous, so who's to say?
Yeah, true. Very true. Thank you very much, Tracy. Make sure everybody checks out one of the best fan-led podcasts there is going, or shows around, so make sure you check that out. I'll put the links in below. Thank you very much, Tracy. Good luck for the season. Obviously not Friday. Good luck for the season.
Ditto, we wish you well.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. And as always, up the Millers.